Hamilton. As a bit of team-building fun during training camp, the folks running Canada's national women's baseball squad used emojis to represent each player rather than their names. Little pictures that said something about them. The kind you see on your phone when texting. It was all a bunch of giggles until Kate Psota saw hers. Kate Psota is thinking about retiring at 32, but it's not because of the old lady emoji teammates chose for her. Baseball Canada, I got the old lady, she says. I was like, really guys, the Burlington native isn't really upset about it. In fact, she's laughing as she explains it. At 32, she's hardly eating dinner at 3 p.m. and getting a discount on coffee at McDonald's. But there's no getting around the fact she has some miles under her baseball belt. She's been on the national team since it was formed 15 years ago. She's traveled the world in red and white. She's taken 1 million ground balls and seen 2 or 3 times that many pitches. Article continued below. Most stunning though? There are 2 rookies on the team that's headed to the World Cup in Florida who are 16. Half her age. Off the field, she and the veterans are talking about their jobs and home renovations and life, and these people are trying to pick their high school courses. She laughs. It's a great story, one that's probably leading a few people to wonder about something they just read. We have a women's baseball team. Yes, we do. Not fast pitch. Not slow pitch. Baseball. A good one, too. One of the world's best. The fact many have never heard of it hasn't stopped Psota from dedicating a huge chunk of her life to it. She works out all year. During the winter she wears out the batting cages. Once spring rolls around, things go from busy to a little zany. After her shifts at a Burlington garden center where she's the primary buyer, she drives to Richmond Hill for every practice, which rarely lasts fewer than 4 hours. Then she travels all over Ontario for games. Many days, she'll be at work by 7:30 a.m. and won't be in bed until well after midnight. Article continued below. I don't really sleep a lot during the month of May, she says. She's never made $1 off this. Not only is there no crying in baseball, there's no money in it, either. Not the women's game, at least. In fact, she still has to pay fees for her club team. She does it simply because she loves it. Playing for Canada has taken Psota to Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Venezuela, Australia, across Canada and throughout the United States. It's allowed her to play in the Pan Am Games. It's enabled her to play in 7 World Cups. It's brought her 2 silver world medals and 3 bronze. And she's never grown tired of it. Oh, I think the end is near, she corrects. What? This might be the last one. Why is a complicated question to answer. Her body is still in good shape. The 2-time national team MVP and 2-time World Cup All-Star gave up pitching after the 2015 Pan Ams and now plays first base exclusively. So the elbow is good. The shoulder is okay. The legs are fine. She still loves it just as much as she ever did, too. But she's starting to have some pangs to do some other things in the summer. The other week, she took 2 days to go to the cottage. That's all the time she could carve out of her schedule. Which is the way her summers have been since she got into the sport and t-ball. But those days made her realize she'd like to do more of it. Those sacrifices haven't been without their great rewards, of course. Nearly a decade ago, when this whole national baseball thing was still pretty fresh, she said she had 2 goals: win a gold medal and grow the game. The first hasn't happened yet, but there's plenty of evidence the second has. Once upon a time, decent pitchers were touching high 60s on the radar gun. Now she's seeing some mid-80s sliders. And there are so many more girls playing the game than there used to be. That's led to lots of really good young players who are pushing for her spot on the national squad. Several years ago, there was a young bat girl at one of their world championships in Edmonton who got to meet Psota and hang out a bit with one of the legends of Canadian women's baseball. Today, she's on the team. and will be lining up alongside Psota when Canada, ranked second in the world behind Japan, faces No. 10 Hong Kong in its opening game Wednesday in Vieira. Japan, Australia, 4th, Cuba, 9th, and the Dominican Republic, 13th, are also in Group B. It's kind of cool, Psota says. What it says, in short, it is that she's made a difference in this game. She's blazed a trail. She's been a pioneer. She's made it possible for others to have the chance at an even higher level of play. So yeah, that's absolutely cool. Even if that makes her an old lady. At 32.